Hey, Anna Malaman here. I hope you can see me and hear me okay. Hopefully, there's no technological errors or issues this time, or audio or whatever, but because things happen all the time, but that's okay. What we do is we take action regardless of what happens and we make things happen. So that's where I'm coming from, my stance here. I want to talk about faith over fear. Faith has been, I guess, probably my word for the year. And I'm going to give you a little testimony that I had with experiencing what faith really, really is. Because we can talk about faith and we, presumably know what it means. But when it comes to true experiencing of just putting your trust and having true faith, I mean, it's completely different when you're actually going through that trial and faith wins. It's amazing. One thing I want to share with you. So I'm going to give this testimony. It was one time where I was walking around with my daughter. We were selling something, and I was walking around with her, and I told her, I was talking to her and telling her how worried I was whether it was going to sell or not. But then again, I always tell my kids, and I always tell them, hey, you must have faith, and we got to trust God because the things that happen in our life, they happen for a reason. They happen the way that they do because they just have to happen that way. And, we just kind of talk about it. But when it came to this trial, I was telling her, hey, I wonder if it's going to sell. I wonder if the people are going to like that item. And it was just like, I was just talking my thoughts out loud to her. And then at that same moment, I stopped myself and I said, wait a second, what am I doing right now? Here I am talking about having faith and trusting in God. And during the same trial, here I am telling my daughter how worried I am, whether it's going to work out or not. And so I stopped myself right there and then I continued my thoughts out loud with her. And I said, listen, I just told you we need to have faith. And here I am worrying. I'm going to stop it right now. I have nothing to worry about. I have complete faith that if it's going to happen, if it's going to sell, then you know what? It is meant to be and it's God's will and this is how it should be. So that moment, I stopped worrying. I stopped, all these fearful thoughts, right? And I told her as I was talking to her, like, we don't need to worry. There is nothing to worry about. We have to have faith if we say we have faith. And so reliving this trial and just seeing it come to life. And then, yes, the people liked it, the people bought it, and everything worked out just a lot better than we had ever imagined. And so it was just amazing to see it come to life and come through and just letting faith win. It was amazing. And reliving through something like that, it just made me realize how powerful our thoughts are. And the fact that both faith and fear, they are just like this invisible it's an invisible power, right? That we get to choose which one we want to focus on, which one we want to allow to control us, which one we want to allow to dominate. And so every single day, the choices that we make, the decisions that we make, whether in business, whether in relationships, whether in any sphere of your life, there's always, you either choose faith or you choose fear. And it's always up to you. Yes, sometimes you can say, well, that was a difficult decision, or I was under pressure, I was under stress, and I did this. Yes, we always act out or we react in faith or we react in fear. And a lot of times we need to be aware of what we are being faced with because No one ever said that there won't be any fear. No one ever said that life will be easy and things won't happen. I mean, even Jesus always said, "Do not be afraid. I am with you. Do not be afraid. I am for you. Do not be afraid. I love you." Jesus always said that. You know why? Because he was on this earth as a man and he experienced different reactions, different feelings, different things that came into his life, different trials, temptations. He went through that as a human. So he knew exactly what he was talking about when he said, "Do not be afraid." Because those things, fear comes. But don't allow it to control you. Don't allow it to dominate. Don't allow it to win. Let faith win. Let faith take over. And while it may not be easy to make that decision, or as simple as it sounds, to allow it to win at that moment in time, but it definitely comes to that decision and you make it every time. You cannot do both. You can't be in faith and in fear at the same time. You have to choose one or the other. We may have times where we choose fear over faith or faith over fear. It may be different every time, but it's up to us. And as a reminder, as a matter of fact, I do have like a sign right here that's talking about faith. And it does say right there, faith is being sure of what you hope for and certain of what you do not see. Hebrews 1:1. You won't always see what it is that fear, you know, blocks from you. What is on the other side of fear? But it's always, always super rewarding and super worth it to get over that fear. Step over fear, conquer it, go with faith. That's my message for you today. God bless you. I hope you have an amazing day. Stay awesome.